what I've been through and how I got to the place that I am and why I'm hearing these voices. To clarify what I was also speaking of in the previous video, if you're hearing voices, okay, most of these voices, they can be demonic. Some of them are yourself, not all the time. There's a very small percentage that is your own voice. Some of them can be, they say mental conditions, but I don't want to put you in that category, okay? But it's either good or it's bad, okay? But through my journey with Christ, I started hearing voices. I wasn't hearing any of these things until I started following God, okay? And I started following God because if I was for the streets, I was clubbing, drinking, staying up all night, playing in the streets with all kind of guys, not like that. Okay, but I was doing very bad things. I didn't believe in Christianity. I wasn't following it. I was not really reading my Bible. I was told to read it, but it's something that I did not want to put myself in because I knew that Christianity was a very hard thing to do. And I was in my early, teenage years. I was 19, 20 years old. And I was living, I'm talking about smoking weed. I was clubbing, I was drinking, I was talking to voodoo doctors, psychics, casting spells on people, doing black magic. I was literally out there doing all that and the third. Okay. And it was hard, I tell you. It was so freaking hard. I lost my car. The same day I got fired. I got fired from my job. The same day I got my license. The same day I pulled the car off the lot, I got fired. Sick joke, right? Right. And that was before I followed God. That was way before that. Okay. And got into a severe car accident. Wasn't even supposed to be here. It was that bad. Came out of the accident with no injury, not even a scratch. Yes, I came out with traumatic experience, but I begged God, I was like, just take me away. I don't want to be here anymore. Went into severe depression. We started living with friends. Friends was trying to take advantage of me. They was trying to do things I wasn't aware of because I was on drugs. Okay. Very intoxicated, hallucinating and all kinds of things. Um, and I was ashamed to go back to my mom because my mom had told me, if you go out there and you do this, you're gonna regret it. And I was like, okay, whatever. I didn't want to listen to her. I was very stubborn. How the Bible says, stiff necked. I was very stiff necked. Excuse me. And I did what I thought was best. I was young. I was like 19, 20, wanted to do my own things. That's where this came into place. This is why I still vape. And I am a follower of Christ, but this is an addiction that I still struggle with. So don't let anybody tell y'all that you're not supposed to have no addictions because I am a follower of Christ, but am addicted to smoking this vape. I caught this addiction following the wrong people, and I have yet to stop smoking it. So don't feel bad about you being addicted to something because only God can help you get away from it. Okay? I don't want y'all to feel like you're burdened to do something that you're not possibly capable of. But all of that happened. I got severely depressed. I started playing the pendulum, started getting into tarot cards and readings and all kinds of stuff with the palms and all of that. Psychics was telling me that I was clairvoyant, could speak to the dead, could read people's thoughts and stuff like that. I didn't believe in that part, but I was on a very bad road. And even though they said that I was a psychic or a clairvoyant or person like that, that can speak to dead people and see dead people, I mean, I didn't really understand it. But now that I'm a new person, I know that these abilities that they told me I had wasn't for the kingdom of Satan, but it was for the kingdom of God. I realize that's why I'm hearing voices. And a lot of y'all still hear voices today. Y'all have people calling your name. It sounds like your mom. It sounds like your brother, your sister. It sounds familiar. Some of these are familiar spirits. Okay. So don't answer them immediately. Okay. And what I will tell you, Satan does not know your thoughts. He cannot read your thoughts. Only God can. So you're saved with that. He can't hear your prayers in your head. Thank God. Right. But all of this transformed into me, this person today. I lost my house that I had for 6 months. The same month I made 6 months with my apartment, I got fired from my other job. 6 months of being there. Sick joke. Severely got depressed. My mom introduced worship music to me, and I was like not in the mood to hear it. And that's when I started hearing my name being called. That's when I started understanding, feeling these sensations, I started to talk to a corner of a room for hours. I would sit in the dark and I would talk to a corner of the room. It felt more, I don't know how you would put it, but it made me feel a little bit more calm when there's not a whole bunch of lighting. I'm not a person of the lights, okay? Especially if I'm having a conversation with a deity. Thank you for the like. I really appreciate that. And hello to you for joining the chat. Um, but I want you to know that I went through so many things. And I see that there's prophets today. I was called to be a prophet, but I was a person who was hidden because I did not want to indulge myself into certain situations where people are saying the same thing over and over and over again. Because the prophecies I was giving has all came to pass. Okay, with the natural disasters and all of these other things I named, volcanic eruptions, all of these things took place. I'm not boasting that. Okay? That's all God's work. I am no control of that. But it was only to let you know that there are true prophets and there are false prophets. People believe what they want. I'm not asking you to believe that I'm a prophet or not. If you think I false prophesied for any reason, interpreted a dream wrong, a vision, you have my 100% go ahead. Let me know. Okay? If it's from God or if it's not. I'm not going to sit here and tell you otherwise. I didn't go through all of this suffering and all of this losing things. I just got back on my feet. God just blessed me with another vehicle. Okay, after 5 years. I stayed in prayer for 5 years after losing Jules, which was my first car, the car that I lost the same day I got fired. Okay, got in a severe car accident with no scratches, nothing. Okay, car was totaled. He gave me the exact car, but a newer model, the exact color, the exact rims, everything I prayed for 5 years ago. He gave it to me in February 3rd. Okay. And he made it to where I could afford the down payment. The down payment was $2,500. He had them break it down to $500. This is the kind of God that we serve. We serve a God who will give you better than what you've asked for. He gives you according to his will. And if he knows that you can handle it, he'll give it to you. But if he knows that you can't, he won't. And I wasn't able to handle it 5 years ago because when I had that car, I was in the streets. I was drinking and driving. I was doing all kinds of things. I had wrong intentions. I had bad influences. I was with boyfriends who meant me no good. So I want to let you guys know this walk that y'all see me doing, this was never me. Okay. And I don't want to come off as a person who's boastful. I'm grateful that I'm not a psychic, but I am a prophet of God. But a person who only speaks when God tells him to speak. So not all the time I'm going to be telling you something. Okay? But I want y'all to be able to be vulnerable on this channel. Okay? Because we're supposed to be vulnerable with God. We have to be able to communicate with one another. And that's the whole reason I make these videos, is to encourage y'all to not give up. The hearing the voices and all these other things. God's calling most of you. God is calling y'all. And some of y'all are not aware. But I will make another video in the video coming on how to know if God is calling you. Or how to know God is called you. Okay? He does say many are called and few are chosen. But I want you to stay motivated. You're not on this journey for nothing. Y'all have lost things. Y'all have suffered things. Y'all have gone through things. Y'all are miserable in your skin. People are hurting you continuously. It's not for nothing. There's a reason for it all. And I want y'all to stand strong and in faith, trust in God, and believe that God is who he said he is, and he is a deliverer. He delivered the children of Israel from the land of Egypt after 420 years. 420, 450 years after Abraham. So if he can do that for them, you know he's going to show up and he's going to show out in front of your enemies, in front of those who mocked you, in front of those who persecuted you. You're not struggling in vain. You're not struggling for nothing. You're not somebody's laughing stock. Let them laugh, because God is going to have the last laugh, and so will you. Because when God laughs at their wickedness, you're going to laugh at their wickedness. And you're going to laugh and say, aha, you thought God wasn't with me, but look what he's done with me. He made me successful. He made my relationship with him deeper. He made me stronger. You thought you could break me, but he made me stronger. I'm stronger than I've ever been. You're not battling these people. You're battling the spirits behind these people. And the person behind these spirits is Satan. That is why it's so important to have spiritual discernment. Because these demons will torment y'all innocent little people. Y'all were bought with a price. And God is not going to let these people, these demons, keep y'all away from him. Okay? So I want y'all to be aware and be vigilant. Stay focused. Keep God first. Seek his kingdom and his righteousness, and all those things will be added unto you. Not here.
Everybody know you?
Mm-hmm.